Hi guys. Hi
Sing
everybody.
Chow.
Sing Cow. We've learned a little bit of the language since we've been here. We've been here about a month now, and so we thought we would share some of the top things that we have learned since we have been away from the States and Suwak since we've been here, right?
That's right.
Some things we've been a little surprised about, and some things we kind of expected. So,
Yeah, most things have been great,
yeah,
and there's been a couple hitch surprises that we'll get to as we go along our little ride here today.
yeah,
One of the first things we've learned is that getting around here is cheap. We at home we have Uber. Here they have what's called Grab. At home it would typically be about $8-9 to get around town for us. That's one way. Here we're paying about $1 to maybe $1.75 for the same amount of distance we're going back home. Another thing is you better be ready when you call them because they are here within 1 minute. Like they're everywhere.
on point. So, when you're ready, call them because they're going to pull up right then. And it's super easy to get a grab. You're not waiting around. So when you're ready, call them. Don't call them 15 minutes in advance. I don't know if they wait. We just wait till we're ready and we call them.
Actually, they give you a time when they get to the destination. It'll say, like, let's say it's 10 o'clock. They get to the destination. It'll say, if you're not there at 10:04, you'll be added a little bit of extra, cash at the end or whatever. And that's for a car. One of the other things I like to do is I go to the gym here a lot, and you can ride on the back of somebody's bike, which is even half the price that I've been going to about the same distance, sometimes for 40 cents. And it's a lot of fun getting on those scooters. Actually, I don't want to drive them. You've probably seen the video already, but
I'm not that brave yet because I wrecked a couple scooters myself. Reference our short video on that. So I haven't gotten on the back of the scooter yet. I trust that they can drive it way better than I can. But I haven't needed to go a lot of places. If you know Mark, he does a lot of the gophering for me. So he'll go get what we need, and I don't have the need to go anywhere without him yet. I'm not scared to. I just don't need to right now at this moment. But I do want to do that because he says it's really
yeah,
fun.
it's fun. If somebody else is driving, they're zooming around, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So that's one thing that surprised us is the easy transportation, the cheap transportation, since we've been here. So if you're a little bit further out from if your accommodations are a little bit further out from the center of town, don't worry. It's super easy to get around here by far. The second thing that has surprised us here is that we have seen zero Americans. Like we are
Zero.
the only Americans here in the whole month we've been here. Actually, it's been kind of refreshing, but it's a little bit sad because I think it's the perception that Americans have of, Vietnam. I'm expecting that we may see more when we go to Ho Chi Minh City. We're in Phu Quoc right now, which is a small island off of Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City is going to be bustling. It's not a beach town. It's the city, but we've seen zero Americans. We are trying to break the stigma that America has for Vietnam, because it's really lovely. The people are beautiful. It's got beautiful beaches. It's very inexpensive, and we hear that where we're going is even more inexpensive, which is kind of unbelievable,
It really is.
honestly.
We're gonna feel like we're stealing, I
Yes,
think. But
kind of makes you feel bad, like why is it so cheap? But it really is super cheap, and we're really excited to check out the new place. But
and kind of going along with that is we've noticed people don't even give us a sideways glance when we're walking down the street. It's like everyone is so nice here. No one looks at us. They look at us like we're locals. Honestly, I mean, they treat us like we're locals. Um, there's no police. There's no police cars. We've not seen a need for them. We've not seen a wreck yet. And I'm gonna tell you, when we go out on the roads, it is controlled chaos.
that is shocking. Yes.
No wrecks at all. These people can get around at home. There's no way. There's no way they
There's
could
been
like this.
like no road rage, no wrecks, there's no street lights, there's no yield signs, there's nothing. It's just common sense. It's just common sense and bravery that the roads run by. I mean, in America, somebody would be flipping you off, cussing you out, maybe pulling out their gun. We have seen none of that here. It's just wait your turn and go. When you feel like you can make it, you just go.
They use the horn a lot.
Uh-huh.
You know, they'll
Yeah.
kind of let you know a car's coming up on a scooter. They're going to honk their horn and kind of let them know they're there. Yeah, it's in controlled chaos, and it's awesome.
Yeah. We've really enjoyed it. We've really enjoyed it. Crossing the street's a little bit intimidating, but you just kind of gotta play Frogger and go. They're not gonna hit you unless you stop and surprise them. So once you commit to it, you just commit. You just take off and go. We haven't done that a whole lot yet. Crossing the
Not really
street.
been a need to where we're at, but I think when we go to Ho Chi Minh in a couple of days, we're gonna get well versed in that.
So yeah, watch out for that because I'm sure there'll be videos on that.
One of the things that has kind of been surprising in maybe a negative way is you better have your phone situation lined up really good before you get here. I thought I had my phone situation lined up. I did not. I couldn't port my number when I got here. I've had to do some alternate means. And what I've actually found is we got a data package, which is only like $10 a month to use your data for texting and everything, but it wouldn't make phone calls because you don't really have a phone number per se. But what I finally figured out yesterday is for $3 a month, I can use Skype and I can call anywhere I need to. I can call my banks. I can call everywhere I need to go. And I also have Apple. They have what's called Second Number, which I can get text verifications on. I think it's like $2 a month. I'm paying for that. So you don't want to use your Verizon AT&T here because it's going to be very, very expensive. You want to, this is all about a budget for us. We're trying to stay very, very low on our money we're putting out here. So just get your kind of do your research, get you an eSIM before you come. We use Airlo right now. I'm not sure we're going to stick with it. I do kind of want to try to find an eSIM with a phone number. So maybe I can even get that $3 that I'm paying now for Skype taken care of. But
and we'll have a video on all of these things, an individual video on how to set those things up and how to do all of these things, especially once some of these things we have figured out a little bit better so that it'll make it a little easier for all of you guys who want to travel, even for a vacation, because we all know those roaming fees on your plans are very expensive. So we're going to do videos on all of that, but this is more like a short, quick, the top 10 things that have surprised us. Another thing that surprised us is kind of some of the weird questions that we've gotten from people, or like, what do people do in Vietnam for work? I mean,
they go to
they go
work
to
at
work.
restaurants. There's dentists. There's doctors. They go to a hospital. They drive Grabs like an Uber.
The same thing.
It's the same thing they do in America. They do here.
They have investors. I mean, they have, dermatologists. I mean, we
Gym owners, nutrition stores,
masseuses. I mean,
supermarkets.
it's the same. It's the same exact things. We're sitting in a lovely restaurant right now because it's raining outside, and people have jobs exactly like we do in the United States. It's the same. You have socioeconomic classes just like we do in the U.S. Of course, I mean it exists all around the world. It's not the perception that's been portrayed in America or what people have in their minds that, Vietnam's like, yes, there are completely different things on, farm to table means your chicken is right there alive in a
You're seeing
cage,
it alive.
but people that live on farms in America know exactly what that's like. I mean, you have your chicken there, you get your eggs from it, and then
Eat it.
you eat it. It's not a lot
Circle of life.
it's fresh. It's not prepackaged. It's not full of preservatives and hormones and things like that. It's just there. And it's fried up and you eat it. We had one last night. It was very, very good. So those kind of things have kind of surprised us. Like it's not a third world country. It's a developing country. And you could say that about parts of the US too.
Real estate agents, we've met a few of those. I mean, it's
Mhm.
just if the job is back where you're from, UK, Australia, they have it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the next thing?
I think the biggest thing that surprised us about being on the island, and we really didn't think about it being an island, is that they import everything. So there is a limited amount of protein. There's a limited amount of things we can get in the grocery store here. I think that's going to change when we go to Ho Chi Minh City. So we're not seeing like prepackaged hamburger meat. We're not seeing packaged chicken, things you can cook at home like that. We've had a little bit of difficulty getting that stuff. Most of our meals are eaten out. Number one, because it's cheaper. Number two, because you can't go to the grocery store that we've been able to find and buy those things. The one thing that I miss is, tacos, hamburger meat, things like that.
Thursday night, Ho Chi Minh, I've already found a restaurant.
He's already researched it. But kind of those things you're not finding in the grocery store, like ground meat, steaks, things like that. Of course, you can get that at a restaurant. You can order a burger, you can order a steak, you can order things like that. But at the grocery store, you're not finding those types of things. You can mostly at the market see fresh fish. The fishing boats go out at night, and they come in the morning, and then you find those at the market. It's super fresh and healthy for
One thing
you.
that's been super frustrating for me is I like to go to the gym, and I used to supplement my meals at
We
home
both
with
do.
protein shake. Oh yeah, she's back in the gym now. I love it too. It's fun. There is no protein shakes here, things like that. Now I finally found some protein powder by talking to some guys at the gym, which has been a godsend. I got me my creatine now. The first couple of weeks was a little bit sketchy, trying to find that stuff and trying to keep enough protein in to build muscle. But
Eggs have been our best friend as far
we've
as
been eating a
protein
ton of
goes.
eggs. They're dirt cheap and they're delicious. I don't know. They're so fresh here. I mean, they're just delicious. I love them. I eat about 10 a day here. With the fresh tomatoes, and I love it. But protein, you kind of have to plan ahead. I don't think this is going to be a problem once we get off the island. Everything I've seen on Reddit and other places like that, we won't have any trouble when we get to the bigger city.
And another thing that surprised us is how well Cambry has assimilated and made friends here. She has made so many friends. She just moves from one group of kids to the next at the beach. They do not even have to speak the same language because laughing, playing in the sand, they just play and they just
They
laugh.
speak sandcastle.
They speak, let's go in the water, let's play. The marine life, it's really brought out her curiosities in the world. And schooling is not hard because she asks questions. It's not like sitting her down in front of a book and saying, okay, this is what seahorses are, or okay, let's learn about, the weather. It's more the questions she asks, and then we dive deeper into it. And that way, she's retaining the information so much better. She knows our schedule and what we're doing better than I do. He's told her we're going to Ho Chi Minh in 2 days, and then she's like telling the Grab driver, we're staying here 2 more nights, and we're going to Ho Chi Minh City, and then we're doing this, and then we're doing this. And she's learned to use Google Translate better than I can. So she's like, give me your phone, mommy. I'm going to go ask him for some plates, And so she'll just get on Google
Confidence
Translate.
level just shot up.
It really has.
It's really been good. One of the biggest surprises that I have found here is if you know anything about us, we used to go to Cancun a lot and cruises and things like that, and we go to the beach a lot. And every time we go to the beach and try to eat, we will be fighting off 100, 200 birds. I mean, trying to come, they take french fries right off of your plate. We ain't seen a bird yet.
No birds.
Zero. No joke. It's been so peaceful on the beach here. You can leave your food out, not getting snatched. I'm not exactly sure why there's no birds, but we love it. That is just the small things like that make the day so much nicer.
So much more enjoyable. I mean, there's not a lot of flies or bugs, period, where we're
No
at.
mosquitoes. We haven't been eaten yet by mosquitoes. Everybody told us we were going to get eat up, and this girl gets eat up.
Yeah.
I think she got one bite the first day we were here, and since then, nothing. So that's been really awesome. I mean,
and the last thing we'll touch on before we do a full video on it is the healthcare. I think that was another question that really shocked us was, do they have hospitals here? Yes, they have hospitals here that are much more efficient and much cheaper than what we have back in the US and probably across, the UK as well. Like we went the second day we were here because we were going to get vaccines back in the US that were going to cost us $1,500
each.
And we, of course, we got Cambrys because we were worried because everything in the U.S., we didn't know what it was going to be like. We went to the clinic the next day after we arrived and we got two vaccines. We were only pricing out one in the United States. We got two vaccines that were going to cost over $1,500 a piece, and we got both for $38. We walked in, it was the cleanest place. The doctor spoke English. She showed us, and we're going to do a video, how they were stored, their procedures. It was a drug company that both of us, we were both in infusion before.
Sanofi Pasteur.
It showed us the labels when it expired, and we got both vaccines for $38 a piece.
That also included the doctor's fee. That's not just the vaccine.
So watch for that video because we're going to show it from start to finish, how much the healthcare and what we're paying for our healthcare coverage here. And that was just out of pocket. We didn't need to dive into our healthcare coverage. That was just a walk in, out of pocket, wait maybe 5 minutes, talk to the doctor. She gave us free advice that had nothing to do with the vaccines at all. So those are just some things we wanted to hit highlights on that we are going to go into depth about. The money exchange will be another thing that we go into depth about. That's been a little surprising because Vietnam, you can't get Vietnam dong in the United States. Yeah. But we'll go into all those things in depth. And if there's anything that you want to know that we don't touch on in this video that surprised us, anything that you want to know about that we haven't touched on here, just put that in the comments because we have a ton of videos that we're working on. One thing that surprised us is that how much we have to learn about editing videos, how long it takes to put all the pieces together. So be patient with us, guys. We're really working hard on this. And also trying to give Cambria the experiences and the world schooling that she needs. We really needed a break. It's only been a month. We needed a break to kind of decompress from all the stress and the work, selling our house and everything else that we had going on back in the States. But now that we're done with all that, I think we're going to hit the ground running. And we're so excited to share it all with you guys. So hang with us. Subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn your notifications on. And we're super excited to be here, and we're moving on to our next location soon, so stay tuned, okay?
What are you going to say, Cambry?
Like, comment.
And subscribe. Trippin' Family.
Be weird.
It's more fun.